Okay, so coming up next, we have the fabulous Chi-Town Janet.
Because I'm tall, I'll use this one. Everybody else will complain about the other ones. Hi. And I got my Chicago music. Hi there. I have to do a little announcement explaining before I start. That guy that started this whole evening off, Tom, our Gemini Australian fellow monkey, he runs a monthly feature space at the Baha'i Center. And because he's got something going on in Waco, Texas next weekend, where he normally would be doing this, he said, hey, Janet lady, you did open mic stuff. Would you host this for me? So I'm like, hell yeah. So this Saturday, the Baha'i Center, if anybody wants to know the actual address, I've got business cards down here. There's a Facebook listing for it. We've got a couple of features lined up, including open mic hosts like Mike Jones, who was the host at Georgetown's Poetry Plus, or Element 615, Joe Brunders. The fellow is left for the evenings, make me cry, but he is one of the features at this show. I am a Chicago girl that ran an open mic for over half a decade at the Cafe Gallery. I'm going to be reading stuff. I've also got somebody that's coming in from Dallas that's going to be doing a show about a book that's coming out, Wes Hine. And after this, because it's an event listing where if you want to be able to donate cans for goods for things, you can also bring food for a potluck afterward, and you go do that, and that's a really freaking awesome on this theme of costumes for the night. And then you come up for the most grooviest open mic ever. So yeah, he knows it, because that's why he runs the place. So if anybody's interested in it, there's, as I said, a Facebook event listing. I've got cards with an address, and I would love to see you there, and I'm sure Joe Brundage would love to see you there, and all of us would love to see you there. And now I'm going to stop talking about that and talk about the 3 poems I was going to read. The first one is an assignment that was given for a poetry open mic, Poetry Aloud, that was homelessness. And I had just written this, so this is new that I wrote for this. And they're like, should I say it? New. This is called A Job of Being Homeless. So, the magazine editor in me has gotten to the point where I start to base my opinions on the homeless by the writing submissions I receive. Now, the poets send me submissions of a homeless man at one corner who lost his leg in a war, and a homeless woman at another corner who has 2 children to feed. And then I get to the short stories, the prose pieces about life in the streets, about a man who recently lost his job, got the ropes from another homeless man in Austin, and he gave him these rules. Don't take someone else's corner, and only put in 2 hours a day of asking for money on the streets, and you'll have enough drinking money until the next day. Follow everyone's code here. Print on your cardboard sign that you only want $1 in the winter months. But after Memorial Day, the new sign should say that you're asking only for $0.25. And whatever you do, pull on the heartstrings of anyone who claims to be a Christian and make sure your sign ends with the words, God bless. It might be hard for the first few days, but you gotta take your pride and put it on hold. And this is tax-free. The government doesn't own you. And as I said, just 2 hours a day to get drunk at night and sleep under the stars. So, as you see, I'm a bit torn because I keep getting these 2 different perspectives on the homeless life, because this is what creative people send as submissions to my literary magazines. So I don't know what to do. I don't know who to believe. Do I have hope for the wayward soul, or do I ignore the drunken bum? Which idea do I support? When I see one man selling free newspapers to consumers and commuters until he gets a job and he can break free of the cycle, before I see a man get out of his parked car, say goodbye to someone on his iPhone, put his phone and the earbuds in his denim pockets, and then grab a cardboard sign to walk to a street corner and start his next shift of tax-free work. I've heard some can make 6 figures. As I said, tax-free. So, I'm a bit torn, and I don't know what to believe. Anyway, this is older. This is called older shit. This is called Because This Is What We Do. We arrive to our parties an hour after they start. We know full well when they're supposed to be there, but we show up late anyway. We don't have any prior engagements, but we act like we do. And we make sure that we're dressed well. Not too well, enough to impress, but not enough to be overdressed. You can't overdo it. You have to look good enough, you know, but not like you tried to. And we don't talk to anyone we don't know. And we make ourselves sure that our gaze doesn't wander for too long because we have enough friends and lovers, and we don't need you. And as soon as the party is starting to decline, we make our way to a bar, bring a few friends with us, because we can't stay in one place for too long, because we have other places to go. We must move on to bigger and better things. We must get out of here. This is how we keep our friends, and this is how we keep our social standing, because this is the way it is, because this is what we do. Thanks. I'm going to end with something a little more prosish, and this applies whether you are gay or straight. Whether or not you believe me, I'm telling you it's true. This is called an outline to the apex of rites of passage. It is the one of those rites of passage, a bar mitzvah of sorts, but it's bigger, much bigger than shaving for the first time or getting your period. This was your chance for all the young high school men to lose their virginity, and a chance for all young high school women to dress up, feel like adults, look pretty. Everyone felt the driving need to go through this rite of passage, to not be left out, to be a part of the group. Either way, you got to take a day off of school. But like every rite of passage, the high school prom is probably more traumatic than fun, because no matter what, you feel like you have to go, and the entire time you have to look like you're having fun, especially for the photographers. You have to make sure that there's a perfect record of your perfect life so that you can upstage everyone else. With every aspect of prom, there is always a conflict, an expense, or an irony. I mean, this is supposed to be one of the best times of your life, and it's wrought with confusion. First, find a date. It has to be someone socially acceptable, otherwise it'd be less embarrassing to just not go. Then, go through the trauma of asking your prospective date for actually go with you, or if you're a woman, wait to be asked, which is almost as cruel. Then, see which one of your friends are going. Organize your group to see if you can go with everybody to your prom. But then you have to start working on the details. For men, this means transportation, the cheapest tuxedo, what kind of corsage to buy, something to pin on, or is it something that they wear on their wrist, or is it something that they carry, like a bouquet? Oh, and don't forget the most important part, enough liquor and/or condoms. Now you suddenly have the prospect of multiple hookers performing anything you'd ever want on them, and it's going to actually cost less than actually going to prom for this quote-unquote date. For women, the details mean picking out the right dress, the right shoes, the right purse, the right jewelry, the right perfume, the right makeup, the right hairstyle. Note how you have to coordinate your clothing with your date. So much like real life. Then beg your parents to let you stay out and wear the dress that you wanted to pick out and wanted to keep that makeup that you wanted and the hairstyle the way you wanted it to. Beg your parents to let you borrow the sports car. Beg your parents for enough money to pay for the limo, the flowers, the clothes. Beg your parents to let you stay out past curfew. How about 6 a.m.? Just this once. But come on, it's prom. Then the big day arrives. Ditch school because, getting your hair done would take hours. You can't want to spend some time in the sun so you don't look as pale as a ghost for your pictures. Then, after you're getting ready for that inordinate amount of time, spend and made up and take pictures. Ugh, pictures. Ugh, this usually entails a men picking up the woman, taking pictures at the woman's parents' house, then going over to the men's parents' house to take more pictures there. It's almost worse than a wedding. Then finally you arrive at prom. Take more pictures. Talk to as many of your friends as you can. Compliment their dresses and their tuxedos. Find out where everyone else is going after the prom. See if anyone else is doing anything better than you. Note how many women are repeatedly pulling up their strapless dresses so that they don't fall out of them. Note how many men are already drunk. And look, it's not even dinner yet. Note how many. Then take lots and lots of pictures with your Instamatic cameras. Let's do a group shot. Oh, let me take a picture with so-and-so. Then eat. Try to be Miss Manners and figure out how to eat your salad without using your knife. Check to see how little the women are actually eating. Note how many women go to the bathroom in groups. And in any case, whatever you do, don't stop feeling awkward, but keep smiling. And then there's the dancing. Try to remember what your father taught you. Try not to look stiff. Try not to sweat. Dance in a box. Right foot forward, left foot together, left foot left, feet together, right foot back. You get the whole deal. Or else you go to the old high school standby and wrap your arms around each other and sway, occasionally making out in the middle of the dance. And note how many women now have lipstick smeared all over their cheek or all over their date's collar. Note how many bow ties have loosened. Then collect your things, say your goodbyes, take a few more photos, of course, and then head out to the after-prom activities. Possible options include a late dinner, a 4-hour boat cruise, a walk along a lake nearby, a bonfire howling, a hotel party, or the back of the date's car. Note how disheveled you look at 6 a.m. Try to clean yourself up in your car before you get inside and actually into the house, in case your parents are actually up waiting for you. Don't make out for too long as you say your goodbyes in front of your house. Then, get in the house as quietly as possible. Drop off all your clothes into a pile in the middle of your bedroom floor and collapse on your bed. Here's a helpful hint. Drink a glass of water and take a vitamin and some aspirin before crashing. It'll help with the hangover. Try to get some sleep before the day after prom amusement park starts, and keep in mind that even though prom is over, your friends will be rehashing it for at least a week. This is the ritual. Now, get used to it. Yeah.
On your face, beautiful. You talking about me, and then you want a baby? Well, maybe not.
Well, damn it, that was Janet. Give it up for Janet!